It's called a Homeowner Benefit Program, a program that offers between $300 to $5,000 without taking out a loan. And it caught Maria Calder's attention.
We thought, oh, we can get $800 now.
$800 is what MV Realty offered her in exchange for that cash, a 40-year agreement on the listing of her home if she wanted to sell it.
We didn't have no money, and $800 at the time was a good deal to us. And since I was not going to sell, I thought, well, let's get some money and we don't have to worry about it.
But she did have to worry just months after signing this agreement with MV Realty. Money got even tighter, so she had to sell her Garner home she's lived in for 23 years. She listed with an agent right around the corner from her home, Terrence Boykin, and it went under contract.
My transaction coordinator did some research. She found out that this document was attached to the deed to the house.
This document, which MV Realty refers to as a memorandum, is attached to the deed on any home they have a contract with, even if the homeowner doesn't use MV Realty to sell their home.
They had to pay that extra 3% at closing, which meant that seller was paying 6% commission, half to the buyer's agent, half to the seller's agent, and an extra 3% to MV Realty.
In Maria's case, at closing, she says it meant she owed MV Realty more than $6,000.
They didn't do a thing. It was just, we got the $800 and that was it.
Remember, that $800 is what MV Realty paid her in exchange for this 40-year listing agreement.
If I knew, no, to have to pay $6,000 in exchange, no, it was not worth it at all. It's terrible that we have to be tied up on some agreement like that.
MV Realty got the attention of the North Carolina Real Estate Commission.
It puts it, in my opinion, at a point where we're questioning whether or not this is some sort of predatory lending.
Janet Thorne, legal counsel with the North Carolina Real Estate Commission, says they're investigating MV Realty and its Homeowner Benefit Program for customers.
I think they don't fully understand the terms of the contract and what that means. And at the time, most of these people are desperate and they are in need of some cash.
Once customers sign the paperwork with MV Realty, Thorne says it acts as a lien on the property for the next 40 years.
They are expecting people who have signed the agreement to come back to them down the road, and they are expecting somehow for the heirs or assigns of these properties to come back to them. And there's just no way these people would know if they're not the ones that signed the agreement. Even the ones that signed don't seem to know what they've signed.
The North Carolina Attorney General's office says it's also investigating MV Realty.
Fast cash?
As for Maria Calder, MV Realty provided this statement to us. It said, in part, we paid Mrs. Calder for the right to be our agent and earn a 3% commission. Only 3 short months later, she listed her home for sale with another agent, and that agent earned the commission. In a circumstance like this, the company is entitled to a termination fee equal to 3%. Mrs. Calder only incurred this cost because she chose to breach the agreement and list the home with another agent, instead of listing with MV as she agreed. As for the memorandum lien MV Realty puts on the properties, the company says it serves as a public notice of the homeowner's commitment to give MV the opportunity to represent them in the sale of their home. This is to protect MV in the event a homeowner attempts to sell their home without allowing MV the opportunity to be their agent. When it comes to the complaints and investigations, a representative adds the company has a strong ongoing commitment to consumer disclosures and is constantly adding to them. Some of these disclosures include, but are not limited to, clear, unambiguous language of the contract itself that includes a description of the 40-year term, the filing of the memorandum, and the termination fees and the circumstances when they would be due. The key is to not just get enticed by the money, instead thoroughly read through the terms and conditions. If you don't understand the paperwork, hire an attorney to help you or ask someone else for help to read through all that. The contract does have a termination clause, but you do have to follow that fine print. I'm Troubleshooter Diane Wilson, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.